Hey everyone, Chris Eshwig here with Podoshop CS12 tutorials and Blendiz.com. What we've got here, sorry for the messy desktop, I was just got done wetting my proverbial man whistle all over this downloadable wallpaper of Will Smith that I've just created on my website, www.kevincostners_Sheppermansfold /HTML_. But that's beside the point. What we're going to do is open up tippip.psd. Just going to open that right there, and that's beautiful. I love these two boyos. They do everything together, including simultaneously pop out of the womb. But I'm going to kick this one over to someone who knows a lot more about that, Nestrald Netst.
Thanks, Eshwig. What we've got here is, I'm going to have to go ahead and point out a flaw that you've already stated in the beginning of this video, and that's that these twins were born at the same time. Clearly, as indicated by the exit wounds here on the forehead of the left twin, he was the first to be born. He burst out of that womb just like a piping fresh hot plate of warm cookies that came out of Missy's warm oven. And on the right, what we've got here is a classic case of little brub wanting to be like big brubber. And so we're going to help him along here with a command, option, control function, shift, caps lock, help dada. I think I blew myself.
Right, and I love when you blow yourself all over the images that we collaborate on. And you know what I also love is this really hot, new, fresh set of duo twins is the Joe Bros, folks. These guys are so edgy, they're so it right now.
Right, and the Joe Bros, clearly one of my ex-husband's favorite celebrity twin duos. And we didn't see eye to eye on everything, this subject included. My main beef with the Joe Bros being they only went half jug. And if you know me, Eshwig, which I believe you do, then you know that I'm a person who goes full jug or no jug. So we're going to help him along here with a little Command Tab Juggalo Christmas. And what we're looking at here, the Juggalo on the left clearly already ballooned himself, getting the party started early. And you know, as that old Juggalo proverb says, where three or more Juggalos are gathered, on the right will be a screaming man, on the left will appear his twin. And what are we looking at here, Ash?
I love what this creates right here. This creates a vomit portal hole of Juggalodian proverbs. This is just shouting out wisdom for all those who can hear. And you know what this also shouting out to is the Juggalodian Queen. She's very famous for all of her efforts in the Juggalodian kingdom. And, you know, Nestrald's much more of an expert on this.
That's right, and what the spirit represents, she's really the core essence of Juggalodium. And any Juggalo, or Juggalette, or a juvenile Juggalo in their perfected form will look a lot like this. And what she's doing here is she's singing out her Juggalo lullaby. It's echoing out from her wooden heart there in the center. And what is she calling, Ash?
She's calling, you know what she's saying? She's singing out, she's saying, I see a baboon holding Nicolas Cage. And these things are very elusive. They bounce all over in a Juggalo's mind. And maybe that's why they're so scatterbrained and can't remember to always pay their taxes.
Right, and to keep that from skittering around constantly, Ash, I might advise the viewers at home to skip on down to their local Pokemart and buy a few Ultra Balls, because this one's not going to be easy to catch.
Right, and you know what's also not easy to catch, but I happen to sleep with, is a Bob Barker, folks. These things are also very elusive, but very sought after. I love the silver mane on top and the black back it's got right there, and that thing can just back it right on up. And
what we've got to remember about this set of twins is that this is actually a set of twins in one body, and you know, not all twins come in two different forms. This is actually a man hybrid beard dog, and this set of twins coexists in one beastly mane flesh.
Right, and these things are very rare, but can be found at the Fresh Florida Convention, Kmart Septuple, I swear this isn't real, gathering of the conventions. And you know what this stands for? This stands for Feline Refreshments Established Safe Havens, Florida. And that's biannual, folks. That thing does not come around often.
That's right. And Eshwig, I know you're a modest guy. You would never do this on your own, so I'm going to go ahead and take my liberties, Control-Alt Venus Flytrap, and we're going to cover up this a little bit over here and turn this into an Esh Florida.
And I see what you've done here, and boy, oh, am I flattered. But you know what I'm going to do? For all those people who live in the ghetto, who watch our videos, I'm going to make this little Flow Rida, and that is Control Flow Rida on a Mac, Command click, I'm down with the clown, ready to get brown on a PC, and that is a tool that you will use sparingly, folks.
That's right, and that just goes to show what you've done with this image here. It really proves that you're the image expert, I'm the twin expert. Let's leave it at that.
Right, and you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you, I'm going to soft pitch this one over to you, Nest, and this one's coming right at you.
Well, I'm going to take that soft pitch, throw it behind my back, and bounce past it to my twin self, and begin to explain this image. We've got on the left a pre-Perkis diet picture. On the right, we've got the post-Perkis, and the effects of that are just astounding. Ben Stiller really did wonders with this man. But what's tricky about this image is not only is this a before and after picture of the same human, it's actually a picture of twins as well, and that's a little complex for finite human grippings to grasp and griddle with. But this is both a set of twins and a before and after picture of the same person.
Right, and I love that he's digging for Goldberg over here on the left. And you know what I also love is this happened to my aunt and grandpa Tep, and this right here is my aunt Scepter, bless her little heart. This is before her sex change, and this is my grandpa Chip after his, and boy, oh, they are not happy to be looking at each other. She knows something, and that just adds a lot to this image.
Right, well, what I think she knows is the unfortunate side effects we now know about the kind of risky Brazilian sex changes you get. She's not only become a woman, but she's morphed into a ventriloquist dummy, doomed to be forever a slave to her grandpa, who's actually also her former self.
And I am no dummy, Nest, and that's why I'm going to introduce this next image. And right here, this is genuine horsehair. This comes straight from the horses of Madagascar, folks. And this right here, this is the same.
Before you get started
yes,
on the horse whispering, we'll go ahead and explain, first of all, what this image is. I mean, I know you have a fetish for horsehair. You always have, always will. The counseling won't help. But this before and after picture on the right, this actually took place 30 years after the image on the left. Now, how do we explain this transition, Eshwig?
Well, basically what happens is the horsehair is implemented and implanted into this person's head right here. And what happens? 60 years later, folks, it is Danny Glover's daughter. This right here is not a 50-year-old bald African-American male as it may seem. This is his daughter. He is kissing her at his graduation and prom, folks. This is true love, and we're going to learn a lot about the Glover grasp in our next video.